Hey guys, welcome back to Sweet Creek Thrift. If you're new here, my name is Candi, and today I have my final week of sales from September to share with you. And so I'm going to jump right into it. But if you are new, I'm a part-time reseller on apps like Poshmark, eBay, and DePop. And so I do have my final sales, so I'm going to just jump in and start just kind of going through all of them. So you'll just follow along and see what I sold and how much I sold it for and like how much I earned, all of those good details. The first item is Fly London, or like Fly, I guess, but I think it was called Fly London. Maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know why I keep thinking it's Fly London, but anyways, it's by Fly, and it said it was made in Italy, which made me kind of question it, but it is 100% linen. And so I picked this up in the summer when I was like buying linen tops, and I'd seen it, so I was like, I'm gonna give it a try. But I've never sold this brand before, so I wasn't sure. But it is 100% linen, tunic, top, shirt, women's, plus 2X blue login look, dolman, and then I put made in Italy. And it was in pretty good condition. The only thing that wasn't linen was probably that little band at the bottom. It was kind of like almost like a little bit of a satin chiffon, like kind of like asymmetrical hem line. And so that's one of the reasons I put login look. It did have a very small snag on the back upper shoulder area. And this is the tag. Oh, it's Fly Moda. I don't know why I put Fly. My mind keeps thinking Fly London, and I have no idea why. But anyways, but it's Fly, and then it said Moda. So I'm not sure. I don't know. But it did say 100% linen right there, so that's what I went with. And I know the material itself was linen. So anyways, I picked this up at Goodwill on May 12th this year, and I paid $3.99. I posted it on May 31st on Poshmark and eBay, and then I added it to Depop and Mercari on September 23rd, and it sold on eBay September 23rd. So I literally had listed it, and then I ended up delisting it the same day because it sold on eBay, and it sold for $25.20, and I made a profit of $16.38. The next item is this timing mini dress, and it's like a sequin all over, sleeveless, party, cocktail, club, silver, diamond, small is what I put. Anyways, so it was very pretty. I figured somebody going into either HOCO, like homecoming, or even just like a New Year's Eve or some kind of party dress for the holidays, that this would probably get picked up, even though it was like the sleeveless, like mini dress style, which is colder in the colder months, but I figured it would get picked up. My lighting is a little weird today, but we'll just go with it. I don't know what the deal is. I'm smaller on your screen, so it shouldn't matter. But anyways, so it was a size small, and I just picked this up recently at Goodwill on August 18th. And I paid $5.99. I posted it on September 22nd to Poshmark and eBay and Mercari and Depop. It sold on eBay September 23rd for $28, and I made a profit of $16.40. The next item I've had for a while, and it was these the Friends TV show pajama pants, jogger style, women's size 4 to 6 small, and I put new with tags, loungewear. But yeah, I did pick this up on clearance at Walmart like a million years ago when I first started reselling. I probably would not pick these up again. But I was thinking, oh, I could pick this up. I did pay $1 at Walmart, so it wasn't like it was a lot, but it just sat forever, so I wouldn't pick it up for that reason. I posted it on October 3rd of 2023 to Poshmark, so it's been over 2 years, and about 2 years. I posted it on eBay on September 6th of 2025 this year. And then I also posted it on Depop, and it sold on Poshmark. So it then, even though I posted it over to, it's just kind of funny how you'll go and like cross list it, but then it goes back and like sells on the original platform. I don't get it. But anyways, it sold on Poshmark September 23rd, and it sold for $8, and I got an offer and I just took it. I was like, yes, please take it. And so I made a profit of $4.05. And then the same kind of situation here, back when I first started reselling, I would not pick these up I did pick up a pair of Crocs recently. I haven't shared with you guys yet, but you'll see why. And it won't be in my next haul video because it's like maybe 3 haul videos later. I've got too many videos to film and I need to get all my stuff posted. So I'm trying to do that. And I refused to take myself to the store today, which I normally would be doing on a Saturday when I'm filming this, but I'm like, no, you need to go through all the stuff you've already picked up and get it sold. So I'm being good. I'm getting my videos filmed and I am going to try to get stuff posted and like get through some more items so that way I can get it posted coming up here more. Okay, so anyways, this is Crocs shoes, kid size J3, classic clog slip-on, comfort foam sandals, casual boys. Anyways, I lowered the price recently, I think, fairly recently. Actually, I think I've had them at this price for a while. But anyways, it took forever. They were not in the best condition. I just thought, I don't know what I was thinking when I first started reselling. They had quite a bit of wear on the bottom, as you can see, but they were still they could still wear them to play in or whatever, get them dirty and stuff. That's what kids do. But anyways, I picked them up at Goodwill May 27th of 2023. So this was like really early on before I started filming videos or anything. Like this is when I first I was just coming out of doing it super sporadically. I was only posting stuff to earn money for like birthdays and Christmas and stuff. And I was only earning like $100 every like 3 months. So this is when I first started coming out of that phase and going into, I'm going to start trying to buy stuff to resell like in my mind. And so I even wasn't keeping like the best documentation back then. Like I think I do still have the receipt for this one, but like it's coming right out of that season into the season where I started doing this more as like a full-time side hustle to make money. So I paid $4.99 and I posted it on May 28th of 23 to Poshmark. I then posted it August 28th of 25 on eBay. So I did just post it on eBay like a month before it sold, surprisingly, and it sold on eBay. So I'm really glad it sold. I'm just glad it's gone. And so I posted it. I think that's what happened is when I posted it to like, when I cross-posted it over to eBay, I lowered the price because I just wanted it gone. And so I posted it at like $9.99. So anyways, I was able to get it sold and I made a profit of $2.42, making that my lowest sale this month. But I was really happy to get it gone, basically. Like, let's get it out the door and move on with our lives. The next item is these Risen Los Angeles Black Wash Distressed Frayed Hem jeans, size 15/32. Anyways, they're kind of like almost like the skinny, but not skinny, like tapered, but they're basically skinny jeans. But anyways, so I do think that like straight is coming back. I don't know if you'll call them skinny, but there's always the people that like skinny jeans and they're just going to wear them anyways. But this is that like raw hem at the bottom look, which I think is cute if you're wearing like little black booties at this time of year. I think some people like that style. So anyways, this item took forever to get to the lady. I felt so bad. Like, she just got this item yesterday. Like, she was supposed to have it. She put in an, what do you call it? Where you go on and mark, like, the item's not, like, it's missing in the USPS. And they had to go search for it and all of that. And I'm just so happy they found it. And then she just got it delivered. So thank God, because it took forever. So basically, I picked this up at Goodwill on August 18th this year. I paid $6.99. I posted it September 19th on Poshmark and eBay, DePop, and Mercari. It sold on eBay, and it sold on eBay on September 25th. So it did not take very long, and it sold for $24.99. I made a profit of $13.30. But it sold on the 25th. That means I shipped it on like the 26th or something. And then, I don't know, man, it just took forever. It was really crazy. But she reached out and she was like, I don't know where this, and so we were just trying to figure it out. I don't even know, like, I don't know. Anyways, I'm just glad it's there and we can move on. The next item is Felix the Cat Metal Spoon character name spell out 1987. I saw this at the store and I was like, This was at St. Vincent de Paul, and they have like a little glass case, and I'd seen it up there, and I was like, that's so cute. And I had one when I was a kid that had Mickey Mouse on the top, and so I was kind of drawn to it, and I thought it was really unique. And I'm like, I think these character spoons can sell pretty good. It did have the year on the back, which was helpful to show that it was vintage. So anyways, I picked this one up on May 14th this year, and I only paid $1. So I was totally fine picking that up. And then I posted it on eBay only on May 30th, and it sold on eBay September 25th for $27. I made a profit of $21.36. So yeah, that was a pretty quick, fairly quick flip. And for a very small item, doesn't take up space. So be on the lookout for those, like little character spoons. The next item is Rue 21 blouse, women's large purple sheer sleeveless pleat ruffled shirt hem top. And this one's kind of like a semi-sheer material, like that, like, what do you even call that? It's polyester, but like, it's like a chiffon-y material. Anyways, I did get this from a donation, so I would not have picked this up personally, but it was pretty, and so I went in and posted it when I got it. It had a little bit of loose stitching right here along the head. I did make a note of that in the comment section. And so this item had $0 invested. I posted it last year, October 18th of 24 on Poshmark and eBay. It sold on Poshmark September 25th for $9. I was just like, please take it. When I got an offer, I was like, yes, you can have it. So I had $0 invested. I was like, just take it. I'll get a little bit of profit, and it's off to a new home. Thank God. So I made a profit of $6.05. It also didn't take up hardly any space because it was like that material. So it's like super flat in the box that I put them in. And then the next item is Cable and Gauge Hunter Green V-neck tank jewel lined neck. I think that's what I meant. Jewel lined neck, women's size medium. And so it's a really pretty, the material is really nice actually. It was like a t-shirt, but more like a thicker style, kind of like a t-shirt material. So it was like a quality material. And then it had these like embellished jewels along the neckline to give it like a little bit of elegance. And honestly, if you were to put like a little jacket over this, like one of those like open front cardigans, this would look really cute. Or just wear it as is. I'm not really sure what the deal was with this strap up at, like, okay, so first it has the V at the back on your back of your neck and then the line going across, but then it also had this like, I don't think I took a picture of it, but right here it had like this like weird I don't know if this is just for hanging it, and I would, if it was mine, of course you just cut it off, but I don't think it was ever worn because this was still on it. Anyways, I don't know. I got this from a donation, so I had $0 invested. I thought it was still decent enough, so I had it posted, but it was posted for a while. I posted it originally on Poshmark May 13th of 22, and then I posted it on eBay on February 9th of 24. So it still took quite a while, nearly 2 more years, but a year and a half, let's just say. And then it sold on eBay September 26th this year. So it sold for $11.88. I made a profit of $9.21. I was really happy for that one to go to and get out of my closet. The next item is Mossy Oak pink long sleeve t-shirt, women's medium, tree graphic, v-neck, and I put hunting. And it was pretty worn, like you can tell it was faded and stuff. Like it was not like a new shirt, but I figured somebody might want this one. The style and the trees and like that camo with the pink background. So, you know, I like pink. But anyways, I did not pick this one up. I would not have paid for this. Maybe at the bins you could pick this one up, but it really doesn't sell for much. So I don't even know if I would do that. I did get this from a donation, so I had $0 invested. I did post it on December 26th of 24. Surprisingly, that was posted, I guess it was the day after Christmas. But I did post it, and it finally sold on eBay September 28th for $9.89. And I made a profit of $7.45. So if I get it for a donation, if it's halfway decent, I'm probably going to post it because I had $0 invested. The next item is this Target Wild Fable belt, women's double daisy flower grommet 42-inch silver buckle. And yeah, I just thought that was a fun aesthetic that somebody out there would like this, like, isn't there like a pastel aesthetic? I don't know what it's called. I probably should look it up. But anyways, there's like a group of people. It's kind of like a goth, but like a pastel goth, I guess you could call it. I think this would really fit that aesthetic very well. Or maybe like punk, something like that. Pastel punk. I don't know. But anyways, I'm making up terms now. But this item I picked up at Goodwill May 17th. I paid $2.39, posted it on June 11th on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and DePop. And it sold on eBay. At least I posted on DePop. I probably didn't put it on Mercari, but I did eventually because I have it in TL. So most likely I posted on Mercari in like the last month and a half. And then it did sell on eBay though on September 28th. It sold for $11.58 and I made a profit of $6.58. Lots of 8s in that one. Okay, the next one was also interesting. So I picked this vintage Rayovac Sportsman flashlight, and it's chrome metal large USA. What's going on? Okay. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Oh my goodness, my stuff's all over the place. Okay, there's the little logo that I was trying to get to. So this one is just like a vintage flashlight. It was in really good condition. I did test it. It did have this like magnetic like thing on the back side of it, so you can like magnetize it to something, I guess, to hold it. But I did test it, and then I took like a picture with like the flash showing that it worked against the wall. And then the inside was actually quite clean. It had a cardboard sleeve on the inside, so I don't think it was ever really used. I think it was just stored and nobody ever used it. So I was pretty impressed about that. But it did have a little bit of like, you could see like some age wear along, so I did make a note of that too. But this one I picked up on May 17th at Goodwill, and I paid $2.49. Posted it July 22nd on Poshmark and eBay, and then when I got onto Nifty is when I posted it on, I think I tried to do it on Depop and then on Mercari, but I think Depop yelled at me. I don't know if it was for this one. They've yelled at me for a few items. So I have to be really careful. I'm not trying to post anything on Depop that's not really clothes, mostly clothes now. But like I had posted like silverware and stuff that I had recently bought, and they yelled at me and they're like, you can't post this. I was like, so like it got taken off. But so I'm trying to be more careful because this whole cross listing thing, and I'm not used to posting stuff. So I don't really know like, oh, I can't post that on that app. I'm still learning what not to post on certain things. Anyways, so I might be getting yelled at for some items that I've cross posted, but I did post it, I think on Mercari, I guess then you can say, on September 10th. It sold on eBay September 29th. It sold for $24.74, and I earned a profit of $17.65. And I think the interesting thing is it did go to Los Angeles, and so it makes me kind of wonder, because it is like a vintage, decently looking vintage item, that it might go to somebody that is going to use it on a set for like a TV show or a movie or something. So that'd be pretty cool. If you ever see that item in a movie or show, let me know, because it always makes me wonder when it goes to Los Angeles. The next item, it came out of my closet. I've had this item since I personally purchased it at Lane Bryant. So I used to go there all the time for my clothes. Like, gosh, I don't know, somewhere in like 2010, probably 2012, something like around that year. I don't know. And so this is Lane Bryant Sport by Venezia Velour or Velvet Emerald Green Zip Up Hoodie, size blah, 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 ... I don't even know what that's about. But, okay, so like, I don't know if you, my picture's probably cutting this off, but it says size ... I don't know what that was about. But anyways, so this item, it came out of my closet. It was in really good condition. There was a spot on it for a long time. I had it posted with a spot, and I was like, is that really a stain? And I had posted like with a stain. I pulled it and I cleaned it really good, and I like stain treated it and stuff, and like there was no stain. I just had to wash it really good. I don't know what's going on with that. So I think I had posted it like way back when I first started reselling. But anyways, I washed it, cleaned it up, and it looked really nice. And so I got new photos of it and stuff, and I posted it. But I was like, that's so funny though. But I've had it forever. I hadn't worn it. I think I wore it like maybe once or twice in the last 5 or 6 years. So it just sat in my closet for so long. I was like, I'm just gonna post this item. And anyways, I posted it August 2nd of 23. So again, around the time I started like doing reselling more seriously. And then I posted on Poshmark originally. I posted it the next August of 24 on eBay. And then it sold on eBay September 29th of this year. So it took another year on eBay. And it sold for $23.75. I made a profit of $19.36. And then I'm finally glad it's out. Because it's kind of like a bulkier item. So I'm just glad when those bulkier items go. Okay, so this item is a Nike Sportswear Tech Athletic Running Jacket, size extra small. I've also had this item forever, and I was so happy that somebody offered, and I took their offer. I was like, yes, please just buy it. Probably because it is an extra small, but it was super cute. Like, I was really surprised that nobody wanted this item, so I'm not really sure what the deal was. The color was kind of like a light pink, maybe with a hint of purple. But, like, look at this, like, outfit. Like, I would think it's so cute for somebody that's like a runner or does like sports stuff, but I don't know why it just wasn't picked up. Like, I would have liked this if I was skinny like that, but it just took forever. And here's another picture of somebody wearing the same jacket. So, and obviously there's a pair of pants out there somewhere that matches it, but yeah, I've had this forever, you guys. I did not pick this up. I got this from my original donation, so like years and years ago. And I had zero invested in it. I posted it September of 2021 on Poshmark. And this is like years before I even took this seriously. So like it just sat there. And then I posted it on eBay December 19th of 23. It finally sold on Poshmark September 30th of 25 for $19. I made a profit of $15.20. What's really sad is the lady did message me after she received it and said that it wasn't like, I don't know if she just didn't like it or something, or it wasn't, I don't think it was like a size issue. I think she just didn't, no, it wasn't, I think it was a size issue. I think she said something about the size, this or that, and it luckily was on Poshmark, because if it was on eBay, then I would have accepted returns. I would have just told her to send it back, which would have been really sad. But because it's on Poshmark and they don't do returns for like sizing and stuff like that, it wasn't my mistake. It was literally she had made in the comments whatever she had said. So I was like, unfortunately, you know, I didn't say unfortunately, but I was like, well, Poshmark doesn't let us do returns for that reason. So like, you could just hit, you know, use all my pictures if you want and just reposh it. And then, so I didn't have to take it back, but let me see if it's, I don't know where her comment is, but anyways, yeah, so I was really happy that it's gone and I didn't have to accept it back on that particular sale, because I'm so glad I just finally got rid of it. Then the next two items are actually DePop sales, you guys. I completely forgot about posting my DePop sales earlier this month. So these items did not actually sell in the week 4, but because it's my month end sales report and like how much I earned for the month, I went ahead and just added them in here. It just popped in my head right before I went to film the video. It popped in my head, hey, I didn't have like Depop sales. So I went back and I'm like, oh yeah. So I have 2 Depop sales. The first item is this American Eagles, vintage American Eagle Outfitters, like Y2K style baby doll cami top with like a lacy trim, built-in bra, like that cute little aesthetic. And then it has like their little embroidered logo, but dark gray on gray. And so anyways, I thought that was kind of cute. And this was back when I was picking up a bunch of like little lace trimmed camis, because, you know, I saw Kaylee Elaine's video about that. So when I went to the store, I was like, oh, I'm going to get all these lace trimmed camis. And most of them have sold, not all of them. This one took a while, but it did finally sell. I posted it. Well, let's see. I picked it up at Goodwill August 24th of last year, 24. And I did pay $7.79. I'm pretty sure they had a specialty price tag on this item because it was American Eagle. I don't really like that Goodwill, and I really don't go there ever, to this particular location that I bought it from. So that's why I paid up for it. I probably would not pay up for it today, but I did back then. And I posted it on Poshmark on September 9th of 24 and eBay. And then I posted it on DePop September 10th of 24. And it did finally sell a year later on September 9th of 25 on Depop. And it sold for $22.18. So it did take a year, and I made $13.01 because of my high cost of goods. That's why I made $13.01. So I was really happy to see that item go. And then the last item, I had a bunch of people interested. And then I had people saying, is this black or is it brown? Because I posed it as brown. And it is brown, but it's like a really dark brown. So it kind of almost looks black in the photos. But it's by Gilly Hicks. It's the Recharge wide leg pants. Kind of like leggings, but they're like the flowy, stretchy material. And then put women's medium, high waist, casual, and then I put brown. You can kind of tell they're brown, but I don't know, on the photos it really does look kind of black at the same time. So anyways, these were really, and brown's a really popular color right now. I'm even wearing a brown top. My mom sent me this shirt, brand new shirt. I don't know, my mom sends me random stuff. So anyways, so brown is a really popular color for this season, and so I'm sure that's helped it, plus that they were wide leg. And yeah, so yeah, I was really happy to see that item go too. So this item came out of my daughter's closet. I had zero invested, and I posted it September 5th to Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and Depop. And I had a lot of interest in it pretty quick. I did have somebody buy it on Depop, and then she changed her mind. She said, well, first she said, can you ship it to this other address? And I was like, no, I can only ship it to the address that you have on file. So I messaged Depop and I was like, can we change the address? And they said that we have to cancel the order, and then she would have to fix her email or her mailing address on the app, and then she'll have to go back in and rebuy it as a second transaction, basically. And when I let her know that, she then said, well, I'm traveling and I'm not going to be there to pick it up from the address. So she basically just canceled and she didn't rebuy it. So I would have sold it for more because I think she had originally bought it for $20. But then I reposted it and I had a bunch more people asking. And then I finally had somebody just offer and pay for it for $18. So I sold it for $18. But anyways, it was a whole like shebang of what happened. It was just, it's kind of funny how people are like that. But so it sold for $18 and I ended up making a profit of $16.64. And that's the last item for the month. But I do have one more item I want to talk about. I did have a few other items sell, and then I think I had one more return. But this item was also sold, and then they're returning it, and it should be back in my mailbox, I hope, today. I was really frustrated. I was happy it sold, but I was kind of frustrated because by the time she got it back, and she was really nice, but she was like, well, my daughter's dance crew was going to use these like mermaid leggings, but now the teacher, the studio like instructor decided to go with skirts, mermaid skirts, and that was her excuse for why she wanted to send it back. I was like, it's fine. I said, I accept returns, just return the item. The only problem is like, you know, it's something that somebody would probably want for Halloween, most likely as a costume, part of their costume. And I'm like, it really cut into like 2 weeks because she didn't ship it back immediately. Like she took a little bit of time to ship it back. But hopefully it's in my mail today and I can get it reposted today. And today's the 18th of October. And so I'm really hoping that it sells in the next week. But, anyways, so I did actually sell these leggings, and they're getting returned. So I didn't include it in my totals for the month. I just went ahead and pulled it off, just because I probably should add it in and then hit return so it's in my documentation, which I'll probably do later. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys. That was a little bit of a situation that happened as well this month, but it is what it is. So hopefully they'll sell in the next week or so. So if you need some mermaid leggings, there they are. So altogether, now we get to go through the month's totals. Out of all of the items that I sold this month, I had invested $144.85. So some of the items were like donations or came out of our closet. So of course, But out of the stuff I actually invested in, I had $144.85. The total gross sales came to $1356.43, and that's with like eBay's shipping, because it's included in that, and sales fees and all of like the fees that they take out on the platforms and stuff. And so I have taxes and fees here. Like my fees came to $232.56. That's the platform fees. And then, of course, shipping fees. So the total profit I earned this month of September of 2025 came to $789.74. So I was really happy with that, because it went back up, because last month it went down to $614. But the month before that, I broke my $1,000 mark, and I made, after refunds, I made $1,172 in July, which I was really happy. That was the first time I broke the $1,000 mark, and so I'm still trying to push my way up. And actually, I really need to like buckle down and do even better, because our escrow, our like, so like not our mortgage part of our house payments, but the escrow portion went up. And I just got a notice that it's going up by $300 a month starting in December. And it's like, ugh. Like that's a lot of money, you guys. If I wasn't doing reselling, I would probably be freaking out right now. But I think with reselling, I can like, I just need to make more sales. So hopefully things will pick up. And I did film week 3 before I filmed this video. So if you watched week 3, I had made a comment that I hadn't had any sales yet in the last 24 hours. And I did just get one sale on eBay pretty much between me filming these 2 videos. So I was really happy that I finally got my sale in the last 24 hours because I was kind of like going, why have I not got a sale? So I was really happy to at least get one in the last 24 hours. Yay. So anyways, that's it for this video, you guys. If you stuck around and watched my whole video, thank you. I really, really appreciate everybody that sticks to the end, and I just want to thank you so much. But if you're interested, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I have more what sold videos coming because it is the middle of October now, and I do have a couple more weeks to film. I will have some thrift haul videos of things that I am planning to get posted soon. And I did have somebody reach out on eBay and say she was looking for like a like peasant top or like a boho style top that I had posted. I'm like, what video was it from? Because I didn't know. I never did hear back, so I'm not sure. If you bought something and it's you, thank you. I'm not sure if I caught it. I don't think you bought it, but yeah. Anyways, let me know if you're interested in any of my items. You can always reach out to me. I'm on Instagram, because you can always reach out via Instagram and like the messaging, just because like at least it's not on a platform. Because if you reach out to me on eBay doesn't want me to say, hey, go over here and buy it over here. Same thing with Poshmark. The platforms aren't going to want you to like communicate that way. But if you reach out to me on my Instagram account, you can message me there, and I might not see it right away because I don't have my messaging like notifications turned on, but I will check it if I go on, and I do go on often and post shorts, so I can see that. And then I will try to reach out to you as soon as possible. But anyways, I'll stop rambling and I will let y'all go. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.